This post is striking. It operates as a tightly constructed visual and textual artwork where imagery, wordplay, and poetry converge into a single psychological thesis. Asterisk the cost of unfiltered emotional transparency. Here is an in-depth breakdown of how the visual, linguistic, and emotional layers interact. 1. Visual symbolism, the crimson rose and open palm. The image anchor, a glossy, deep red rose resting in open hands, serves as a multi-layered metaphor. Vulnerability versus sacrifice. An open palm is the ultimate gesture of honesty. You have nothing to hide and no weapon to hold. However, the texture of the rose is liquid, almost viscous, blurring the line between a flower, spilled wine, and blood. Offering something this raw into someone's hands means risking complete exposure. The weight of creation. The imagery captures a moment of intense emotional spillover. It suggests that whatever is being held was too heavy or fluid to stay contained inside, so it manifested physically as a gift or a stain. 2. Title and wordplay. Milk and Hone. STLY. The title is where the psychological tension peaks through clever linguistics. Subversion of the ideal, milk and honey, typically evokes abundance, sweetness, comfort, and the promised land. By embedding honestly into honey, hone, STLY, the tone pivots immediately. The cost of honesty. It implies that sweetness alone is incomplete without brutal truth. Honesty isn't soft. It's sharp. It transforms a gentle phrase into a declaration that pure affection requires absolute, unvarnished, raw truth, even when it feels exposed or painful. 3. Poetic structure and psychological flow. The short-form poem follows a distinct vertical descent. My love overflows, for it has spiled from my heart into my hand, and on the ground, the path of gravity. Notice how the poem moves physically downward. Heart, right arrow, hand, right arrow, ground. 1. Heart. The internal origin, pure emotion before it is externalized. 2. Hand. The artistic/expressive vehicle, turning feeling into something tangible to offer someone else. 3. Ground. The tragic spill. The excess that cannot be caught, held, or contained. The deliberate disruption, spiled. The choice of the word spiled, a blend or archaism playing on spilled, spoiled, spoiled, a wooden spiles tap, acts as a key emotional rupture. It breaks standard expectations, emphasizing that when feelings overflow to this degree, they don't always pour out neatly, they rupture. 4. The core psychological narrative. At its heart, this piece explores hyper-empathy and the overflow state, the burden of too much. It portrays an emotional capacity so vast that simple containment is impossible. Love isn't just felt, it floods. The paradox of giving. The poem captures the tragic side of deep devotion. You can offer everything in your hands, but when your capacity to love exceeds what the moment or receiver can hold, the surplus inevitably hits the floor. It acknowledges both the beauty of loving intensely and the grief of wasted sentiment. The verdict? It's an evocative piece of modern creative expression. It takes heavy themes, vulnerability, radical honesty, emotional spillover, and condenses them into a crisp, visually poetic snapshot that lands with quiet heavy weight.